Managing people is hard enough, but when you throw in them being remote, it can prove very difficult indeed if you don't have the right processes and systems in place. And so before you get started with actually hiring contractors and employees in your business, make sure that you've got the fundamentals and the basic principles of management covered first. And that's going to include building the right kind of systems for the roles that you need in your company, and also making sure that you've got the right support in place and that you have the time to do this and you're able to provide effective training and coaching to those people. And if you're not sure that you have the right processes and systems in place, or you need help upskilling your management knowledge and skills, then make sure you subscribe to this channel and check out the other content that we have available. Because this video is all about how to manage remote teams effectively and also tips for managing remote virtual assistants. Hey, welcome. I'm Tadie here, founder of multiple businesses online, specifically Global VA Solutions. And at Global VA Solutions, we provide virtual assistant services to busy entrepreneurs and professionals and business owners who want to outsource and free their time, partnering them with excellent, awesome VA. And if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you also hit that bell icon so that you get notified every single time we release a new video. So let's get stuck in. Now, working with remote teams and virtual assistants offers numerous benefits and can help you achieve ongoing business success. While you may require a full-time or an in-house PA, VA, admin, social media manager, etc., a remote assistant enables you to achieve the support that you need and actually is cost-effective too. And in order to get the most out of your business support and from the roles of the VAs that you're fulfilling, it is vital that you manage your team appropriately. Because despite the remote location of a virtual assistant, you may need to work actually more closely with them and be in regular contact with them to get the most support that they require as soon as they are onboarded into your business. So let's cover the tips that I've got for you. First and foremost, identify the type of support you need. When hiring remote assistants or remote team members, you may need a specific type of assistance for your business. Often this will depend on the nature of the role and also the industry that you're operating in. However, the role may be subject to change and you may require a remote VA to carry out additional duties at a later date, adding to that role and adding to that responsibility list that were actually not already part of the remit when they first came on board. And so retaining flexibility is absolutely crucial to the success and will ensure that your remote worker will be able to carry out a wide variety of actions within that role, and also as and when needed for the growth that your business gets. So for example, if you are looking for a PA VA, a personal assistant, virtual assistant, you may want them initially to manage your diary, respond to emails, do most of the admin work required in relation to you within the business, but also you might wish for them to carry out things like research on an ad hoc basis going forward. So identifying and refining the business support that you need before you actually take on a remote assistant can actually help to ensure that you're matching that role with the right candidate. And if your requirements change, however, you can then liaise with that person to determine whether or not they'll be able to carry out additional tasks going forward. Regular meetings, for example, will those meetings be with you or will they be with customers? Will they be with team members? Being upfront and honest about what that framework of that job, what that job description looks like, because this is an ideal way also to make sure that you've got contact time with that individual and they're part of the team and they're integrated well, so that you can allow them to understand the aims, the objections, the mission of this, and any upcoming requirements that they might have to not only deal with you and report to you, but also work with other team members and perhaps customers that you serve. And by making your assistant aware of the potential products that you might be launching or projects that they might be involved in, and let's say large scale contracts, you can confirm that they have the ability to obviously handle that incoming correspondence and obviously deal with anything else within their role. Now, the second is research. There are lots of companies out there claiming to offer outsourcing, administration and back office support services, and the trick is to find a brand that is live and it's not just hype. Look for client reviews. such as Trustpilot, and see what existing clients of that service, of that provider, have actually said about the services, and do your own due diligence as well on the social media platforms such as LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and check out ours too. So we're Global VA Solutions, and obviously we're helping small business owners, entrepreneurs and professionals in all industries free their time and actually take on board expert virtual assistants that can work very, very quickly and help scale the business going forward. And we've had fantastic reviews ever since we launched the service. We've been doing it for many years now, and we've had reviews from both our clients and our candidates that we've served, candidates being virtual assistants from the founding companies that we've placed them with. And these are a great place to check out potential suppliers too, because you get a real insight into the workplace culture and the people behind the brand. So make sure you check them out on Trustpilot. Learn to delegate effectively. It's easier said than done. Although many people rely heavily on assistance and business support, they actually find it difficult to delegate tasks and often retain a lot of control of the tasks that actually should be outsourced to the virtual assistant, or perhaps the outsourcing process is not as stringent and upfront with the details that the virtual assistant needs in order to carry out each task, which means that it actually creates more work for the person that's hired them. And so if you're a business owner that is alone and looking to take on their first team member, or maybe you have a team already in place, sometimes running the organization single-handedly, you might actually find it difficult to suddenly delegate tasks out and do it using the right system to the new personnel and the team that you're bringing on board. But remember, as a business owner, you need growth, and you simply can't deal with everything alone, and you can't micromanage your team because you're not going to be able to steer the ship in the right direction that it needs to be, and your growth and your scale in that business will be slow if you continue to do that. So it's really important to make sure that you learn how to effectively delegate to your team so they have all the information necessary, the rules, the processes in order to fulfill the tasks within their role, and also that you've got a productive working relationship with them too. So it's all about building trust, allowing them to be trained, allowing them to do, and for you to feed back to the point then where they can carry those tasks out within their role to the best of their ability and on their own. And in most cases, the trust evolves over time, and working with remote services like we've been doing for many years on an ongoing basis, you too can achieve that level and ensure that they're then able to perform that role that suits the method so that you can focus on the most important things. Now, whilst you may wish to speak with your virtual assistant directly when delegating tasks, you can also ensure that you utilize software designed to aid actually the project and the overall management of remote workers. And we've highlighted that below, because by delegating effectively, you can actually then focus on business operations such as meeting with clients, investors, and also leave the administration to the people that you have brought in to become part of your team. Clear communication. So clear communication is key with any business relationship, whether that's with your team, with your clients, and the people that you integrate with on a daily basis. No employee can fulfill the role effectively if they are unsure of what's expected of them and what applies in relation to their role. So it's really, really important that you utilize clear communication, but the expectation there is that they obviously reciprocate that back to you too. Now, as you won't be dealing face-to-face in person with your virtual assistant, there's more importance placed on the communication, because if you're not doing live Zoom meetings, for example, and you're communicating with them via your software or your communication channel, the communication really does need to be on point. Whilst you may have regular phone meetings with them or Zoom connections, it's useful to confirm the requirements in writing and make sure that you've got your channels of communication set up so that not only they can contact you, but also if they need to get in touch with any of the other team members that you've got working in your business, they can use the appropriate channel for that too. And this just ensures that the instructions and requirements that are delivered quickly can then actually be referred back to if necessary. And furthermore, your remote virtual assistant can also query any instructions which are unclear before actually then going ahead and undertaking a particular project. And so the next one is integrating your remote worker with your team. If you don't actually currently have any remote workers at the moment based in another country or location, but you have a team of in-house staff, sometimes it's easy to forget that actually the remote worker is an integral part of the overall team. So whilst in-house staff may benefit from regular face-to-face contact and interactions with yourself and others within the business, such as social aspects as well, your remote worker won't actually have access to these. So remember to teach them as an integral part of the team and make sure that you treat them as that. Make sure that you lead a harmonious relationship with them, and in some cases remote workers don't feel necessarily as valued as in-house staff despite the crucial impact that they actually have on business success. And therefore make sure that you've got some sort of recognition rewards plan in place or incentive plan in place that kind of mirrors the internal or in-house team, especially if you're starting to take on more remote workers, because that's not only where they're getting paid for the time that they're spending working for you, but they've also got a clear roadmap of what that incentive or what that recognition package looks like. That could be commission based, that could be 13-month pay based, that could be bonus days, and so on. And that's something that in Global VA Solutions that we cover with every client. So the next one is making use of the technology that's available to us. Now, when conversing with your remote virtual assistants, you're likely to use a range of technology, based on communication, the management of what they're doing, and so on and so forth. And also for your clients and for that virtual assistant, depending on what they're managed, they may also need to manage a lot of communication channels. That could be emails, that could be instant messages, it could be video calls, it could be VoIP, lots of different options available to you. Now, there is additional software, however, that can actually increase the effectiveness of your existing VA and actually enable you to share information really swiftly. Cloud computing, for example, enables your assistant to share and access documents with you and your in-house team remotely. And by doing that, everyone within the team is able to access those specific documents and details, update them in real time, and also kind of share information back and forth. Now, in addition to this, there's specific software that you can actually utilize, which is free, to help delegate and actually manage your virtual team. And not only your virtual team, but also any in-house team that you have as well. And we utilize this free service across all of our companies that we're operating in. And this allows us to place automations where we wish, where we don't want any manual intervention or manual labor taking place. It allows us to delegate and outsource specific roles and projects effectively and efficiently to our team members. And the software is called Asana. We love using Asana within all of the businesses that I'm involved in. We've been using that for many years, and what I'll do is I'll put a link to our Asana Mastery below, but also a link to Asana so you can learn more about it, the functionality, the features, what you get on the free service and the free software, and how this is going to impact your business, your efficiency, and also your delegation and management of your team much more positively than perhaps what you've got in place right now. Similarly, if you're using a PAVA within your business, remote software and software that requires them to be able to manage your diary remotely to facilitate meetings, engagements, etc. that you might have. Now, whilst your remote assistant will require diary access to arrange these appointments, you'll also need to provide access to the most up-to-date information about your engagements if that's their role. So utilizing a diary management software alongside other programs and technology within your business actually ensures that your business schedules and meetings take place on time and are managed effectively. And furthermore, using this type of software means that you can have access to your diary, and so can your team in remote locations. And the last tip, get the most from your virtual assistant. Now, working with remote assistants can be advantageous for entrepreneurs, small business owners like yourselves, and even managers in large companies and corporations. And using a remote VA, you're free to focus, therefore, on other areas and fully outsource that sector of the business. But the true success of a virtual assistant, however, often comes from how well they are managed. And so by you delegating tasks, providing clear communication, and using relevant forms of technology that we've covered previously to this now, you can ensure that your remote assistant is able to integrate fully into the business and in an organised fashion. And as your remote worker becomes part of your team, you'll also foster company loyalty and ensure that all workers, whether they're remote or they're in-house, represent the brand appropriately. So to find out more about working with remote virtual assistants, contact us using the link below this video, book a consultation in so that we can understand your business further, what your requirements are, have a look at what the bottlenecks are within your business so that we can establish what role you need to outsource first to allow you to free your time and focus on the most important things within your business. And so I hope you found this video useful and valuable. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And also, if you have any questions or feedback, drop them in the comments area below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you get notified next time that we release a new video. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.